Hi everyone, season greetings, peace and blessings to everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Caribbean Ducks. We're gonna get started with some West Indian Guyanese favorite delicatessen. Yes, this is our gilbaca fish egg curry that I'm making, courtesy to a fresh shipment that we just got from my in-laws. Thank you so much, Shirley. Big shout out to you. Thank you so much, Kimmy, for bringing this to us. And here's our fresh fish egg, fish roll, gilbaca egg that we're gonna cook up here today. This is so much wanted and desired by all Guyanese, right? So everybody knows about fish egg curry, gilbaca egg. Yes, we so seek it out. And sometimes we get it, and this is how we prepare it. We're gonna wash it out with some lime juice, just drizzly lime juice over there, and we're gonna take care to be gentle, not to crush the eggs or mess it up. So this is how we do it. And then we're gonna give it a good toss and rinse it out with some cool water. And now to a pot with boiling water, we add 3 bay leaves, a nice sprig of curry leaves. Bring that up to temperature to a rolling boil, and we're gonna add our fish roe, our gilbaca egg into that. As soon as we see the leaves change color, we know that it's releasing all its flavors. And guys, bay leaf does add a big difference when you're cooking. Give it a try, fresh bay leaves, and add all the fish eggs into the pan, and we're gonna allow it to steam for just a few minutes. And as you can see here, as we put the fish eggs into the water to steam, it's gonna change color, and that's normal. That's supposed to happen. That is so that we can release all the wrinkness out of the egg rolls and add flavors into it. So we're just gonna cook it just for a few minutes, about 2.5 minutes on each side in that steam, and flip it over. We're gonna remove it and set it to the side. Amazing, guys. This is gonna be one delicious, rich curry fish egg. So keep watching. So it's been about 5 minutes, and we're gonna remove it and set it to the side to cool. And as you can see, it's not fully cooked, it's just barely poached and steamed. So if you ever wonder how to cook fish egg curry, or if you did in the past and you messed it up, I'm showing you the correct way to do it. Now I'm gonna head out to the garden and get some of the last of my peppers, because it's winter here. I got about 4 delicious worry peppers. And now for our added flavor, which is optional, I'm going in with some Mariman basil, and that's gonna add more flavors to our pot, right? Here we have everything laid out, all our ingredients here, including our coconut milk freshly squeezed. I have onion, broadleaf thyme, curry leaf, fine leaf thyme, scallions, garlic, our basil, and our curry mix here, which consists of regular curry powder and some jeera and masala and some chili powder. And we're gonna chop everything up finally and have it ready in just a second. So here's everything all chopped up and ready to go. We have a small piece of ginger as well with our garlic. And we're gonna make a slurry with our curry powder. Just add a little bit of water, and we're gonna stir it until all the lumps are gone. we're gonna get ready to fry everything up and make a nice curry. First thing, we're gonna go in with a couple of tablespoons of oil, any oil of your choice, not too much. We're gonna add our curry leaves in first. We're gonna let that fry up in there and release all its flavor and aroma. And now we're gonna go in with our onion. We're gonna fry our onion up and brown it. So when you fry your onion up, it brings out the certain kind of sweetness. The sweetness of the onion as it caramelizes will add flavor to your curry. Not all curries are gonna be cooked like this, but this specific one, we wanna have it a sweet and sourish flavor. Now we're going with our curry slurry, and we're gonna mix that and toss it in there until it fries up with all the rest of the ingredients. And it's gonna evaporate and release some of that flavor into the paste. So after just about a minute, it's evaporated. It's starting to separate from the bottom of the pan, and that's how we know it's cooking good, releasing all its flavor and aroma. Now I'm gonna go in with the rest of the ingredients here. All my scallion, ginger, garlic, basil, everything goes in there now. We're not gonna add any liquid as yet because I want all these ingredients to combine and sweat out and release all its flavor. So about a minute and a half or so, we'll give it a good stirring. So we want to awaken all those flavors from those herbs and get it going. Now we're gonna go in with our freshly squeezed coconut milk. About a cup and a half goes in, and we're gonna mix that in because this is gonna be a nice and rich and creamy curry to go along with our fish egg. So now that we have our coconut milk, we're gonna combine everything together to make this a nice, rich and creamy curry sauce. So we're gonna render that down, let it mix well. And to that, we're gonna have something else that makes it even richer and creamier. We're gonna add some Edos. I'm gonna peel and wash and cut our Edos into small bits so that it cooks faster and add to the flavor and make it even creamier. So we're gonna have a nice buttery, creamy, and spicy flavor going on here with our Edos. So here we go. Make it into little bits so that it cooks faster, and that helps to thicken and richen up our curry sauce. In it goes. Now we're gonna stir that in and cook it on slow heat until it's nice and tender. And all the starches from the Edos are gonna add to the thickening of this sauce just as well. Look at the richness right here. So we're gonna cover it down, give it a few minutes to cook. Add a little bit of salt to taste. It's smelling awesome, and I know it's gonna taste even better. So allow it to cook, stir it, make sure that it's not catching on the bottom, because remember that it's gonna get thickened. Now we're gonna add about a half a cup of water just to keep it cooking and continue the process. After a little bit, we're gonna go check on our arrows, make sure that it's cooking and getting all tender. So we're gonna put it to test. And there's two ways you can do that. You can take a spoon, smash it, check for tenderness, or crush it against the sides of the pan and see if it's ready. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of balance, a little bit of green tamarind to balance out the sweetness and the sourness, because we're using fish parts here. So it's always better to have a nice little sourness into your fish curry. So now that our arrows are fork tender, we cover it down for a little bit more and let it go. And now it's time to do the final test to make sure that it's fully cooked. So you want to cook your curry sauce all the way through, nice and soft. You want to cook your curry sauce all the way through, and then at the last moment, then you add your steamed fish roe Gilbarker egg. And that's gonna absorb all the flavors and be delicious. There we go, guys. We're gonna cover this down on low heat and let it simmer. After about 10 minutes, we open it up and check on it, make sure that it's not catching on the bottom. We're gonna give it a little nudge and then flip it over. And one thing I forget to mention to you guys is that while this is cooking, as I flip it over, what I did was I went with a fork and just poke it a little bit with the fork so that steam can go through the egg rolls and cook it even further and even better on the slow heat, right? You just want to nudge it. You don't want to mess it up, so you gently nudge it to make sure that it's not catching on the bottom, and continue the cooking process. It's smelling great once again and thickening really nice. So here it is, guys. We're gonna finally cover it down and let it cook on the residual heat. Turn off the flame, the fire, and we're ready to plate up, guys. Here it is. A bit of white rice we plate up, and we're ready to enjoy this wonderful golden nuggets cooked to perfection, well flavored. I hope you guys like this recipe and like this cooking with love, cooking with patience, and I know I'm gonna enjoy this and deliciousness. So if you guys like this recipe and like this explanation, please leave a comment, a thumbs, and hit me up with any message, or if I forgot to do something, let me know in the comments. Have a wonderful day, guys, and stay blessed.